Okay, I think we're recording. Welcome to Self-Talk Body Soul channel. My name is Maria, and here we talk all things spirituality, mental health, personal development, and growth mindset. Today and from now on, for an unforeseeable future, I think my videos will be slightly different. Because I faced the challenge of keeping up with creating content, because it takes so much of my time. You know, from the start of sort of deciding, okay, I'm going to go and film now. So, you know, packing all my stuff and then setting up the camera and then filming and then taking the photos for my thumbnails and then the whole editing process. You know, if you have ever edited a video, you know what it entails. And from start to finish, you know, from the moment I decide I'm going to film now to uploading my video and then uploading my posts and my reels on Instagram, it takes me about 9 hours. On the good day, it's about 7. So basically it's a full working day. And because of my day job, which is quite exhausting in itself, because I work 10-hour shifts and it's a physical job, you know, that leaves me with 4 days because I'm working 3 days a week, it leaves me with 4 days to recover from that. And one of those days I have to do this YouTube work, and I have so many other projects and things that I'm doing and that I want to do. I just physically was running out of time, on top of knowing myself that I need rest. I need a lot of rest because of some health conditions, and just maybe I'm just that kind of person. I don't know, maybe my energy is like that, you know, I can only work in bursts, and if I'm going to push myself over that limit, usually it ends up in a breakdown. So I know myself enough now to know that I need a lot of rest. And on top of that, because I've sort of committed to my YouTube journey with this channel, I've said that I have given up on a lot of things in my life, and I want this to be the one thing that I will just keep going with, whatever happens. And I've stuck to it really pretty well, you know, for the last half a year that I've been creating videos. I can't believe it's been that long. Half a year ago or so I started, I started filming them in January, but I think I started my channel in March, if I remember correctly. But, you know, it's just been such a long process of, you know, I've started thinking about it almost 3 years ago, and I just had this dream to do this thing, and so I've committed to doing it. But because of my past and, you know, the way my brain works at the moment, something that I'm trying to actively improve is this mentality that, you know, when I commit to something, I feel pressure. And when I feel pressure, I start feeling anxious, and the enjoyment of doing this thing that I always wanted to do, it just sort of fades away. I think the fact that I started working in this physical job doesn't help, because when I started YouTube, I wasn't working. You know, my only responsibility at that time was just homemaking. You know, my partner was working, and I had all the time and all the energy to put into this creative thing that I really enjoyed doing. But over time, with the physical work and with that pressure of having to commit to something for so long, you know, I apart from university, I don't know what else I've stuck with for that long. Maybe sport for a period of my life as well, but otherwise a lot of things just sort of come and go. And so that pressure started building up, you know, and, you know, I started feeling like I'm not enjoying it anymore, and it's not a place that you can create from. And because I still want to commit to this journey, I knew that I had to change something. And, you know, I was trying to sort of try and make the process of editing my videos as smooth as possible, but it just takes a long time either way. And my technology is pretty slow as well. You know, my laptops that I'm editing from, and that doesn't help either. So I could not do it in less than 7 hours. So I think going forward, what I've decided to try is just creating a video and uploading it as it is, which my perfectionist hates. But I think it's going to be good for me for multiple reasons. First of all, it will free up my time, obviously. The number one goal, free up the 7 hours that I'm using to do this. You know, I think it's going to help me with that, most certainly, and that will allow me to actually do other things that I want to do in my life. Secondly, I think it's going to help me with my speaking skills, communication skills, and really planning as well in advance, because I will know that, you know, I'm not going to be able to crop anything out of the video, so I will really have to make sure I'm prepared for what exactly I'm going to say and the order of things that I'm going to say. So I think it's going to help me with that as well. And thirdly, I think it's going to push me to get out of my comfort zone in other ways as well. Because sometimes I think what I would like to try is to have live videos on YouTube. And I would really love for whoever is watching this to come along. And I do have a video in mind that I want to do perhaps next week. That will sort of be, I'm not sure yet of the format, but it could potentially be like a guided meditation, which will help you resolve some inner fears, and you can apply it to any fear in your life. I've learned this technique from multiple sources. I've sort of seen examples of how it's used in multiple ways, in multiple sources, and I have come to perfect it in my own way, and so I would like to give that to you. And so potentially I will do it in a live format next week. Not that it's going to feel much different to me, because I know that right now, whatever I'm saying, that's just going to go out on YouTube. So either way, I can't edit whatever I'm saying. So yeah, this is basically the plan for, as I said, unforeseeable future. I'm going to record in one go. I am not going to edit anything. I think it's somewhat also gives that sort of more of a real interaction, because you know that you're seeing me as I am, without any editing, without any filters. I might put a little filter on, but otherwise, you know, you're watching me as I am, and that's quite vulnerable, and but also exciting, I think, in a way. And as I said, I knew I needed to change something about the way I'm doing things with this channel, because otherwise I did not know how I'm going to make it sustainable for myself. So yeah, this is the plan. And I think this is mostly what I wanted to say in this video. And one thing that I would like to, I guess, finish with is the lesson I've sort of been learning throughout this process and throughout my YouTube channel, and throughout learning self-acceptance. And this one lesson is about compassion and what compassion really means, and self-love in a way as well. And I've realized that I am by nature, I don't know if it's by nature or by nurture, but either way, I am quite an impatient person with myself and with other people. And through the process of learning self-compassion and self-love, I've realized that one most important component of these practices of self-compassion and self-love is patience. Patience towards myself, patience towards my expression, patience towards my body, towards my inner being, my inner child. For someone who's not patient anyway, it's been a very, very tough lesson to learn and a tough practice to have. To that ability to slow down in the mind that is impatient and to just observe things as they are. And when you're able to do that, that's really when my compassion capacity started expanding. Because with that, you're not trying to change yourself or others, and you are in that acceptance mode of, this is how things are, this is how my body is. I can't do these things quickly. I can't do a lot of these things because it overwhelms me, and I just need to be patient with myself. And as I was learning this patience technique, as I was exercising my patience muscle, I've been noticing that I am more and more compassionate towards myself and also others. And what else I was going to say about that? Yeah, in terms of my experience, that's something I found. Because I've noticed, it's just a practice of noticing, what follows what, and how something develops into something else. Like how our thoughts develop into our emotions, and how those emotions dictate our actions and our perception. So as an example, maybe, if you learn better through examples, sorry, my mind just went blank. Oh God, the pressure. I literally had an example in my mind just like a second ago. For example, even in terms of my energy levels. So I've started noticing that, if I do a certain amount of tasks in a day, or after a certain time in the day, I start getting very tired. And sometimes I just need a break for like an hour or two, and then I will be fine again. But because I have the tendency to, go and push myself, I don't stop when my body asks me to stop. And so I keep going, and then I'm exhausted, and then I have a breakdown. And with the practice of patience and self-compassion, what happens is you notice, or I notice that I'm starting to get tired, and that's a cue for me to, okay, slow down, take a break. And the practice of self-compassion would involve me taking action on this emotion or this thought or this feeling, right? So I will actively go and take a break, whatever that involves. But because my mind is so impatient, I want to just crack on with things, and there is no time for rest, and that's where this patience muscle strength comes in, and saying, it's okay, let's just take a pause, and there will be enough time to do everything. And it's just surrendering to whatever is, and that requires patience. let me know if that resonates with you. Let me know if you struggle with patience too. And yeah, just practice, if it does, practice that self-talk to calm yourself down, to calm that anxious, impatient mind, to say that it's okay, let's just slow down. It really helps in many aspects of life, actually. So that will be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this format, and I will try to perfect my speaking technique as much as possible so that there is less rubbish in my speech. If you did like this video, I will appreciate a click on the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any new content, and support my growth here, so that I know that this material is useful to others. Let me know in the comments below if you did find this material useful, and maybe ideas for what you would like me to create in the future. Something maybe you're struggling with that you can't resolve, or anything at all, really. Any feedback would be useful. And I will see you in the next one, potentially a live video. So stay tuned. And now I'm gonna stop the video here.